Hello and welcome to the Black Ribbon Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today, I am joined by Josh.
I want to yawn again, but I can't.
Fuck you, you little bastard. And Dan.
Hello there.
So, just fair warning, we will say this is on the 23rd. So this is the Tuesday before this goes out. There is some stuff that's coming out a little bit later this week, unfortunately, that we're going to miss out on that I really wanted to talk about. But, like, for instance, Pirates of the Caribbean comes out this week.
It does.
Which I'll be seeing. And actually, I've heard that it's not got bad reviews.
I'll review it and then we can talk about it next week.
Yeah, well, we'll certainly get around to that anyway. But yeah, so welcome to the podcast, where we talk about video games and stuff. God, I can't believe that took so fucking long. I can't believe I'm gonna have to cut that. Fuck. That just adds more work. Yeah, so let's go on. Dan, I know you wanted to talk about Twin Peaks.
Dum, dum, dum. Yes, I do.
Go for it then.
What did you any of you watch it? Because it's kind of
Nope.
hard to explain
Nope.
what it was without. Yeah.
Isn't Twin Peaks very similar to like Fargo? Or am I just imagining something there?
Well, Fargo, it's got the same kind of quirk. Well, the original series, which came out in 1990, directed by David Lynch, who's my probably favourite director of all time. And it did, yeah, I can see what you mean with Fargo. It did have a kind of Fargo quirkiness, but it was much more weird, much more surreal. It dealt with the death of Laura Palmer, and it was all to do with Dale Cooper, who was played by Kyle MacLachlan. I can never pronounce his name right. And he goes to the town of Twin Peaks, and he's an FBI agent. And then, apart from it's a program that delves deep into kind of the underlings of the town and the dark secrets. And so you had the two series, and then you had the film, which was much darker and even weirder than the actual series. And as you're probably never going to watch it, the second series, which came out in 1991, it ended on this massive cliffhanger where Dale Cooper had gone into this kind of paranormal room that was called the Black Lodge, where it like held all these evil spirits. And it was quite ironic because the character of Laura Palmer's in there, and she says to him, "Oh, I'll see you in 25 years." And at the time, it probably didn't mean much to anyone. They thought, "Oh yeah, 25 years." But 25 years later, it's come back on Showtime, which I don't know. Well, it was on Sky Atlantic for us over here, so that's where we're getting everything that's showing it.
Yeah,
And
Showtime were the ones behind Hannibal, weren't they?
Correct. And Dexter and other things. I think Californication, which I love as well. But it was originally going to be shown by another TV program, another TV network, and then they didn't give Lynch enough money. So he basically went off on a stroke and said, "I'm not making it. You can just leave it to your own." And then Showtime came in and said, "Actually, we'll give you all the money you want. We'll make it 18 episodes, not a binge fest. It'll come out weekly." And he went, "Yeah, that's absolutely fine." So after 25 years, it's finally back. So I sat down with like expectations through the roof going, "Oh my God, I can't actually wait." And it is, I was watching it, I was going, this is just incredible. I mean, it's much darker than I remembered it to be. And the first episode's 2-hour premiere. And the first 2 hours, they don't even get to Twin Peaks, really. It sets up all the stories that are obviously going to be interlinked in the series. There's a thing about a box which some guy's looking after in New York, and it ends up killing him and his girlfriend, and you're like, what the hell is going on? There's a bit where these coppers come to this motel room and they find a body, and the head belongs to someone else because the body isn't actually belonging to the head, if you know what I mean. And it's very weird. And then there's a bit where Kyle MacLachlan's doppelganger from the Black Lodge is still alive, and he's being murderous and dingy and dark. And it's like, what the hell was going on? But I loved it. And it's kind of hard to explain for someone who hasn't watched a TV series. I don't think it's going to attract any more newer viewers because they'll probably watch it going, what on earth is
So
this?
does it? So it follows on from the previous one. Essentially, it's a sequel.
Yeah. It was never going to be a remake. It's a follow-on from the story. It's got some new actors. It's got a lot of new actors, to be fair, but it's got a lot of the original cast. Unfortunately, quite a few of them managed to pass away. I think a lot who've passed away started filming, finished filming, and then actually died. Quite sad to see them on screen as like their final kind of acting pedigree, as it were. But no, I loved it, and I've seen episode 1 and 2 now, and I think 3 and 4's out already, being streamed on the website. But I'm going to be a good boy and wait until it's released on Sky Atlantic. But it's superb.
So are they coming out weekly, or are they coming out?
Yeah, they're coming out weekly, because originally they were going to binge it like they do at Netflix, where if it comes out at once. But now they're doing it weekly releases, and I think there's 18 episodes, and it's bizarre and surreal and violent and dark, like the best of David Lynch stuff. So I'm thoroughly impressed, and I can't wait to wait for the next.
Fair play. Are you reviewing those weekly?
Well, I was thinking I was going to, but I could write so much about it, and it's kind of hard to know what the audience is now for Twin Peaks, because I think I'm one of the few of my age that actually did watch it.
That's all right.
Because none of my friends watched it, and I think if I delve into it too much, sometimes I don't enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's films where I've delved and critiqued and delved into quite a bit, and then I've ended up going, actually, it's not as good as I think it was. Whereas this, because I love it so much, I'd rather it just play out for me to enjoy, and I can watch over and over again, rather than dissect it. So I think I'm just going to let it flow.
Right. Well, that's all right. Well, I was going to use that opportunity to kind of plug the website, because on the website you can actually get access to a few of the reviews Dan does of movies and TV. You're currently doing some for Doctor Who, if I'm correct.
Yes. So I think we've got 7 episodes of Doctor Who left. I think the films this week was obviously Pirates.
Yep.
The review, and I think that's it. I think Baywatch is out, and then Wonder Woman's next week as well, isn't it?
Shit, that's
Come around quick.
I'm looking forward to that, actually. But yeah. Anyone got something else to add?
Well, I think all the other news is like kind of depressing, really sad. Other news we've got, really.
Yeah, I guess I'll start off with a couple of things here then quickly. On Thursday we will be getting, so it will already be out by this time, the Far Cry 5 reveal about the location, the story, the villain, all this sort of jazz, and
Isn't it
release
set in
date.
America?
Yes, it is Far Cry 5. It is called Hope County, Montana.
That was a Bon Jovi song.
It looks like the advertisements I've seen for it look pretty funny, and it looks pretty weird. Although I'm not sure I can quite get behind the idea of a Far Cry game being in America. I think it kind of moves away from being a Far Cry to like a Resident Evil sort of thing, if you know what I mean.
So it's basically
I'm getting
Far
that
Cry from being Far Cry.
Exactly, and I feel like it's going in a very Resident Evil fashion, because it's looking more and more like a horror. The way all of literally the little snippets, you can find them on Facebook, they pop up quite regular for me on like GameSpot and all that, and it's looking very much, because it was someone was ringing a bell with someone else's face and they were smashing their head into it at the top of the church tower as the camera just pans across the landscape. And there was this woman just floating down this really idyllic nature scene, floating down the river with her face underneath the water. And it's just floating down, and it's just like, okay, we're going here. And it looks very sort of Resident Evil 7 style. So
I think that's the trend now, isn't it, for games to reinvent themselves and then come out as something.
You'll have a
different.
lot of there'll be a lot of reinventing over the next year or so, next couple of years, especially for the franchises. But I'll have to wait and see what I feel about it, because I didn't really get won over by Primal. It was bad. That was bad. But
well, speaking of waiting for things, did you hear the Red Dead Redemption?
Yes, I was literally just about to move on to that.
Oh, great mind.
So yeah, Red Dead Redemption has been delayed. It will be delayed until spring of 2018. They did this with GTA, so it's typical Rockstar, really.
And I think it shows that at least they're a company that say, look, the game's not ready yet. We're not going to release it with a shitload of bugs, with a shitload of issues. We're just going to release it when we think is right. And I
No.
think fair enough. Fair
Well,
enough.
that you can argue that, but I'd also bring into the fact that they've done this with almost every single game they release, which is a bit like, okay, are you using this as more of a promotional
Media
tool
hype, yeah.
or an actual development shit where, yeah, this isn't working? And I know Rockstar, as much as they are a wicked developer and we've had some wicked games from them over the time, they are notoriously not very well employed. They don't employ very well. They employ very poorly, and they work people to the bone, essentially. And I've heard a lot of bad stories about them and how their crunch times, they really, really do force it on them. It's like the work that comes out of it is fantastic, but I'm
They're like
wondering
the
whether
video
it
game sweatshop company.
exactly, yeah, that's what I've heard from them. They're using a lot of just contractors and they're outsourcing and freelancers and then they're booting people off. It's really cutthroat. So I'm wondering whether the company is very much motivated by the money to begin with. And maybe that's why they built up some hype as per usual. But we never know. Never know. We will have to wait to find it. I want to pick it up. Obviously, I do want to pick it up, but I'm still kind of pissed that it's not on PC. So,
and it won't be for about 4 years.
Yeah, it will be the year later, I bet. Which is a bit of a piss take, but debate whether I want to pick it up on console when it first comes out, or whether I hold back and wait till it comes out on PC and play it like a normal fucking human being, as it should be. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, is it obituary time? Is it time to revel in the losses of the many stars that have died in the past week? Because it's been quite a terrible week, to be fair.
Yeah, it has been bad.
I mean, obviously, last week we lost probably the greatest rock voice at the moment that's still going in terms of Chris Cornell. I mean, I'm a massive Soundgarden fan. I've loved all his stuff solo and Audio Slave, Temple of the Dog. And I saw him last year. I only saw him in April. I went to Colston Hall. And he did like this acoustic tour. And I mean, it was 2.5 hours of him just
with a guitar,
the shit out. And it was just superb. And
I've heard so many good things about his concerts.
Brilliant. And then when I saw the news the other day, I literally, one of those double look things, I went, really? Like, that's got to be fake.
It's like, yeah, piss off. And then you realise it's a BBC News article.
And I think it's one of those things that hit me more than, say, Prince or David Bowie, because I think because I'd seen him live, it kind of made more of an impact.
Mm.
You know, kind of, I mean, because David Bowie obviously was a massive loss to me because I'm a huge Bowie fan, but I'd never seen him live. Whereas Cornell, I was like, well, last year he was in the same room as me, and and the manner of which, I know it's a bit ambiguous at the moment. We're not sure of the facts.
Well, we have had actually some confirmation of it. So unfortunately, he died. It was suicide.
Yeah, I know that. It's just
which is believed to be
anti-anxiety tablets or something.
The anxiety tablets, which he it is believed because he suffered in 2013. I believe he was suffering with drug and alcohol problems, and then eventually that ended. But on the day of his death, his wife said he was acting a bit suspicious, and a lot of other reports coming out that he was being a little bit weird interacting with people, and that he even called his wife saying that he thinks he's taken a little too many of his anxiety tablets, and that is why she called the security to go up and check on him, because she couldn't get hold of him after that point.
It's a major loss.
It is. It's so shit. I literally on that day I listened through some of my favorite songs, which obviously he did the Casino Royale Bond theme, which You Know My Name, which is probably one of my favorite songs from him. You can just sit there and belt that song out. It's great. and the Revelations album I listened to while I was at the gym, and that was it's a fucking good album, that Revelations one, the Audio Slave one.
I mean, when I was at uni, I was the grunge bands, like the main four, so you had Alice in Chains, Nirvana. I mean, absolutely loved all that.
Sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
Oh, sorry. I say when I was at uni, like I was listening to the four main grunge bands. So Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, and Nirvana. And I think Soundgarden and Alice in Chains were always like the standout ones for me. I thought they were much heavier, much more kind of melancholic, darker. And the two Soundgarden albums, Bad Motorfinger and they were just incredible. And it's really sad. I mean, he was a cracking guitarist, cracking voice, and it's just another loss. It just seems to be happening more than ever now. All the famous people.
Well, considering he was only, what, 52?
Yeah, something like that.
It really came out of the blue. It really did. But there's not many of them left, is there?
No, I mean, the only guy who's left now is Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. So wrap him up in plastic.
Yeah.
Keep him safe, please.
Give him a helmet and some bubble wrap. Yeah. No.
But you were speaking about James Bond, and obviously that leads on to the second major
Yes, so
death of the week.
Roger Moore.
I mean,
Sir
I can
Roger
understand
Moore.
that a bit more because he was 89.
I was going to say he was 89 and he died after a short battle with cancer in Switzerland. Which, obviously it's not a nice thing that he's died, but he has lived a very good life and he's lived a very full life as well.
And I don't think he was my favourite Bond by no means. But
he wasn't my favourite, and
No,
if I'm
he's
perfectly
definitely
honest, he
some-
kind of
some good
cringed
films,
me
though.
out more recently. 'Cause I saw him on the BBC One show occasionally, and he was always a little bit cringy for me. But
I think one of my favourite. I think The Spy Who Loved Me will probably be my favourite Roger Bond film.
yeah,
There's the one with Stromberg and the Lotus Elise,
yep,
and the kind of concluding act when they go on the when they rescue all the Navy people, and there's that massive shootout on that sea ship, and that was really good. I enjoyed that one.
I'm trying to remember
I
the
think it's
Jaws
quite-
one. What was the one with Jaws in again?
Well, that was Spy Who Loved Me, and then he
yeah.
was in
The Man with the Golden
Moonraker.
Gun.
Sorry,
Man
you
with
both
the Golden
spoke.
Gun.
Oh.
Live and Let Die, View to Kill Me, Octopussy, and For Your Eyes Only. So he's done quite a few.
Oh yeah, I think he's done the most, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But I think Spy Who Loved Me was my favourite. I think Moonraker was pretty terrible. Thought A View to a
Octopus
Kill was
always used to
pretty
make me laugh
terrible.
as a kid
What with the
because I
clown?
was just really immature.
Oh.
No, yeah, but anyway, it is quite a shitty situation really. And then obviously, he's not movie news or anything like that, but you had the MotoGP champion die after a car crash this week as well.
Not good. And obviously, you said earlier about Zack Snyder's daughter.
Oh yeah,
that's-
yes. So we'll get
that's
onto
really
that. So
upsetting.
Zack Snyder's daughter. This was in March. She actually committed suicide. Not quite sure of the reasons. I'm not sure whether they released that information or anything like that. But yeah, he spent 2 weeks, 2 months trying to work and just kind of work through the grief by doing what he loves, sort of thing. But no, he's eventually pulled out and leaving the post-production and any filming of any additional scenes and extra scenes to Joss Whedon.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So I don't know if he's finished filming. Seems like
It will
might
be
half
interesting.
his film,
Mm.
then
I'm
half
not
of
sure. I think
Whedon's.
they filmed. I think they finished filming. It's just any scenes that need to be redone because they're currently in the post-production stages.
Yeah.
Is what I'm gathering from it. So whether it's the filming that was the problem in the previous movies or whether it was how it was cut,
I don't think
It could
the,
make a
the
big
preview was
difference.
the filming. It was just the plot. I mean, the narratives of the films were just so.
But that's what I
messy.
mean. Maybe it's how it was cut that just destroyed the sort of flow of it. So maybe Joss Whedon will come in and he might be able to pull it together, if you know what I mean. He might be
I
able to
bloody hope
bring
so.
it together. Hopefully so, but it's still a bad situation. It's like, as much as you're like excited that you've got a new director in that movie, it's sort of what's happened to get there.
Yeah,
And it's a
I know.
bit,
I know it's not a good thing.
yeah, and I kind of feel bad for Joss Whedon as well, a little bit.
Surprised he's gone over to the dark side, DC, after doing so well on Marvel.
I know it's kind of weird, isn't it? But
I think
maybe he could turn, yeah.
Isn't he doing Batgirl as well? Is that him that's doing it?
Oh shit! Yes, I seem to remember something like that.
That's probably why they've asked him to do it. Because he might be already in
Yeah,
negotiations to do that, and then they've gone, actually, do you mind filling in for Mr. Snyder?
yeah. Or it might not have even been that. He might have been asked personally by him. Never know, really. We
Well,
won't know the whole
hopefully next
details
week will
on
be a
that.
bit more happier.
Hopefully so.
You never know. Pirates of the Caribbean might actually be good.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I love
Uh,
pirates. I love that sort of thing, sailing on the boats, the big pirate ships, and everyone fighting, and the cannons
Yeah,
and all
I
this.
like pirates.
I
But I
love
don't
that
like
sort of
2
thing,
hours
and
and
it's just
45 minutes of pirates when it's
yeah,
so
but
bloody boring, like the last 3.
no, I
Yeah, the
wouldn't
last
say they were
one
boring. I
was
think
pretty
they were
boring.
just
It was
kind
pretty
of.
shit.
I would rather sit on the actual Pirates of the Caribbean ride and just be on Dale Back and watch the
Mate,
last one.
that Pirates
And
of the Caribbean ride is wicked.
what's the ride where it's just the kids and it's oh, it's a small world. That really creepy one. What's that? Is that a
Oh,
Disney?
that is Splash Mountain, I think.
Oh,
I want to say
that,
that's Splash Mountain.
that
Have you
is
done
just.
that before?
I think so. When I
Have you
was
been to
younger, I did it.
Disney?
Yeah. When I was younger.
Oh, yeah. Disney World or Disneyland?
Land, I think I went to. Yeah. Went
Disneyland
to
is Paris, isn't it?
Paris.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they've got one of those in Disney World, and honestly, it scared the shit out of me. It was so fucking weird.
You know
Like I
what
don't
ride I got scared at, and I had to hide under my dad's t-shirt for the entire ride.
go on in.
The Snow White ride. Literally, it is. No, it is really creepy because there's a bit when I remembered
haven't
it
seen
when the Wicked Witch, whatever she's called, the the evil one in it.
Queen,
There's a
Yeah.
bit, the Queen. Yeah, there's a bit in the ride where it goes pitch black and her face like arises, and I was like, fuck this! I just hid under my dad's shirt for the entire ride. I was about 6, so you can't blame me.
Yeah, when I was really young, we did the it would have been the Kong ride at the time.
Oh wow.
I was fortunate enough to go to Disney World quite a few times and see the sort of development and the Jaws ride and all that. Fortunately, the Jaws ride has been removed now,
Oh, no.
Amity Lake, but that was such a classic. But anyway, yeah, the Kong ride, I remember that scared the living shit out of me because it's like one of those stunt ones as well. It just shows you how the movie's made and all this. And you go into this room and there's fire and the buildings around and it's just this orange hue everywhere like burning. You could feel the heat. And then a fucking giant ape. And he's like, oh my god! I'm almost sure I shat my pants as a little kid. It terrified me. But no. Oh, it's great. I love Disney World. It's so much fun. As much as I'm
Well,
absolutely fucking terrible with rides, there are some
We're
fantastic
lucky at the
things.
moment because we've got the Disney cruise liner in port at the moment.
Oh,
I know, how fun. So we got all the tourists coming to Weymouth. Hey.
oh God, I don't think I could tolerate that. A cruise with a load of children.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that would be dangerous.
Yeah, that's why I'm staying away from Portland at the
Yeah,
Disney mad over there.
fuck that. Fuck that completely. No, I do remember the last time I went to, I think it was the last time I went, because they've got like fucking 6 different theme parks for Disneyland, for Disney World, sorry. and they have this whole studio themed one, Disney studio. I can't remember the name of it. But you could go through all the different sets of their movies and all this sort of stuff on the ride, and it was full on thunder and lightning storm. And we're literally in the middle of the fucking Indiana Jones scene where there's all the snakes about and it's all this dark, eerie music, and then boom, this whopping great big fucking clap of lightning thunder, and the whole ride just stops instantly. The lights come on and you're just kind of like, oh, this is just kind of ruined the tension there, didn't it? Because you go from there straight into an alien ride. So you had to get out of the little car and you had to walk through the set of the alien and just kind of see this half-built alien popping its head out of the thing. It was quite funny.
Have you
Fun
seen
memories.
Alien yet? To finish off.
The Covenant?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
No worries then.
But no, we've cut like 12 minutes out of this, so we've still got plenty of time.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to think what else is coming out. Obviously, King Arthur was pretty mediocre and featured the worst David Beckham cameo. Actually, the worst cameo I've ever seen in my life. I think it's been unanimously slated. Fair enough, because it was pretty terrible.
No, you faded off there, Dan.
I know I seem to be doing that quite a bit, fading off.
Yeah. There are a couple of other things I want to talk about. I actually mentioned Resident Evil earlier, and Resident Evil, the movie series reboot, has been confirmed.
Why?
I don't know. I sat there and thought, why? It's literally only just finished like last year, didn't it?
Well, yeah, and the last one wasn't actually that bad. I kind of
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They're just
enjoyed
rebooting the whole thing. It's just like, well, what? Why? Why is it a reboot and not a continuation?
I know, it's just it was like when they rebooted Spider-Man. Like you had the Tobey Maguire one, which was perfectly fine, and then you had the
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield one, which was well, okay. Now you've got the bloody whatever his tit name is, and then it's like, why?
Oh, that's
mean,
next month as well, isn't it?
I know so much Spider-Man, and we don't need Resident Evil.
I'm
really
actually quite
don't.
excited for that Spider-Man. I think it's going to be good. I think that Spider-Man.
And it's got Michael Keaton in, and Michael Keaton's good and everything.
Mm-hmm. And I can't think. Did you also see that Rambo trailer I sent you? Not
Yeah,
trailer,
that was
the
very
picture.
strange.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
That is a genuine Indian reboot of Rambo. That is the poster of it, and it is the funniest shit. They are making one. It's like I can't quite understand it, but it does make me laugh a little bit. It's like, why in particular do they want to make their own version of it? I thought it was pretty funny, but okay then. All right, guys.
Does no one have an original idea anymore? It seems to be remake, sequel, remake, and it's like, please just stop. Have something new to do.
I can't remember, but someone was actually talking about it, that this year is literally just going to be a year of sequels and all this. Sequels and reboots, and that's where we're currently going with... Oh no, I remember. It was someone who was talking about the death of the box office, where this year we're going to see record lows in the box office turnout and the amount of money that's brought in by Hollywood, because it's all, I say all, the majority of it is non-independent. It's
Massive franchises, yeah.
Franchised stuff. And there's nothing really original or creative coming out.
Well, I would say in that. I mean,
It could be like they might have just meant the lowest gross in summer or something like that on prediction, but it was a pretty big story, and they were having a good bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the top grossing films worldwide. So you got Beauty and the Beast, top, which is obviously a remake. You got Fate and the New Furious, so sequel. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 sequel, Logan sequel, Kong sequel. The only one that's original was The Boss Baby.
I never actually saw that. Did you see that?
Yeah, yes, and it was okay. It was passable fun. And then you got 50 Shades Darker sequel, Triple X sequel, Lego Batman movie, which is kind of a sequel.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel.
That's controversial. And then Split, which was a sequel if you'd seen it. Quite weirdly.
It was a sequel to what?
Ha! I don't want to spoil it.
Well, I haven't seen it and probably not gonna
Well,
trust
Split
myself.
was the M Night Shyamalan film with James
Mhm.
McAvoy, and about and he's got like all the different personalities, and then
Yeah.
at the end he throws the spanner in the works where the
Nightcrawler.
camera goes into this like coffee shop, and Bruce Willis's character's there, and it's his character from Unbreakable,
Unbreakable. Oh
the
crap.
one with Samuel Jackson, and he plays the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh fuck me. Just find it on IMDb quickly.
Because Bruce Willis plays the supposedly unbreakable superhero guy, and Samuel Jackson twist in that film is he was the one who caused the massive train crash at the beginning to see if he could find the unbreakable hero. Remember that? It was in between Sixth Sense and Signs, I think.
It was 2000. I don't actually think I've seen that, but I recognise. It's like
Yeah,
I
well,
recognise
basically,
the idea of it, but no, I don't
yes.
think I have
So,
seen that.
so Split was a kind of semi sequel to Unbreakable, and it was quite weird. And then 11's La La Land, which was obviously original. So there's a few. I mean, it is mainly sequels, but
But think about over the summer as well. What are we looking at over the summer?
oh, I know. I mean, we got
Yeah.
what we got. Pirates this week, which is going to take shitloads. You've got
Wonder Woman is
Wonder
also a
Woman
sequel.
next week. You got the new Transformers, which is always taking loads.
Sequel.
You've got Justice League through the end of the year. Star Wars. I mean, it's just like
Sequel, yeah.
it's too much.
I know I'm going to enjoy a lot of them, but it is, yeah. You can kind of see where the point's coming from, that a lot of people are just going to get kind of tired of them.
I know. I mean,
There's going to be
the
a
only
lot
one
of fatigue there.
Logan was superb, but it was different. I mean, I don't mind if a sequel changes it completely. I mean, Logan was completely different. I mean, it kind of did the Deadpool thing about being R-rated and violent, but in terms
Yeah.
of the X-Men franchise as a whole, it was completely different. So I can kind of understand why that made so much money. But yeah, it's a weird year, and I've said this to a lot of people. Like normally a year, kind of you have really, really superb films, you have kind of middly films, and you have a bunch of shit films. Whereas this year, it seems to be either amazing or terribly awful. There's not been a lot of
Middle
middle of the
ground.
ground films, and it's been really bad. Especially this last month or so, there's been some really shocking films. But might be just a sign of times. You never know. Maybe Hollywood can only rely on tentpole sequels and remakes to make sure that Hollywood still grows. It's quite sad times to be in.
Still floats, yeah. But there is some other news actually that I would like to move on to quickly, just to fill in a little bit more space. It's Overwatch. Overwatch is now officially a year old as of today, and the new event has come out. So we have a whole load of new skins, we have some new game modes, and some new maps, and a load of other jazz. And currently, when this goes out, there will be a free-to-play weekend, which goes through from Friday to Monday, I think.
Friday to Monday. Carry on.
So that'll be wicked. I'm not sure how long the event runs. I think it's a little bit into June. It's a very short event, but this is presumed to be the last one we're going to get for a fair time. They're worried that we're going to start getting fatigue or event fatigue, as they were calling it. But no, it looks pretty dope. Have you had a look through them yet, Josh?
I have, yeah. There are definitely some ones that I definitely want to get, and I do love those dancing emotes. I don't know if you checked those out yet.
They've gone through and done a dancing emote for every character.
That does make me laugh.
I know, it's very funny, but some of the skins are quite terrifying. Like that Genji
Really?
skin is like, what the fuck? He
I
looks like a
love
bloody
that
Power
Genji
Ranger.
skin. That's amazing.
I know, but it's just like, what the fuck is that?
It's the
What
best.
really threw me was Soldier 76.
What was his one again?
He was the Cyber 76.
Oh,
Cyborg
yeah.
76, yeah, where
See, I
he's
didn't-
pretty much like a Genji 76 mashup, and it was like, Jesus
That
Christ.
wasn't good.
I'm not so sure. I'm not saying it's not good. It's just like, that is a very, very different style to take him in. But I like Bastion. I really do like Bastion.
Yeah, I do like that one. I quite like the Lucio one. That's quite cool, I think. There's
Yes,
really
and his
different
dance
tunes
is
for
very
that,
much.
yeah.
I didn't actually look at his gun, but I believe it's a trumpet.
Yeah, it looks like a trumpet, but apparently there's different tunes because from the usual like speed boost or healing ones,
Yeah.
there'll be new ones with the skin, which I think is a nice touch. I like the tracer one as well. That looks quite cool.
Tracer does look wicked, yeah. There was something else I was going to add there, but no, it does look good. Oh yes, but my problem with the event is that these skins are all legendary.
Yeah, they all cost
3,000 credits each, or you get lucky and get them in a crate.
So yeah.
Now, in
so
the previous ones, we've had, because there are a few from the previous events as well, prior to the most recent, that we had epics, and that was the highest, and they were 750, which is a far cry from 3,000, which is almost unreasonable in some cases, especially last time where it was you had two for Torbjorn, two legendaries, and they both cost £3,000 each. And it just felt like such a rip-off. It felt like there was no value in there, and that no matter how long you played, you weren't getting it without throwing some money at it. And that's alright. Yeah, that's my only problem with it. Is I understand they've got to generate an income, they've got to make the money, and that's how they fund themselves,
it would be
etc.
quite nice if they
but
extended it then, if not just to be exclusive to the event, if they just released long time. They
Yeah,
have the 3,000, but they just extended it because as you said, it is a short event, and chances of you actually getting a gold legendary skin is still quite rare.
yeah. Especially when you can get a minimum of one anniversary item from those boxes.
Yeah.
So you've got a quarter of a chance to get one of those to begin with, and then you've got the rarity amassed on top of that as well. So it's going to be you're going to have to be real lucky, I think. I don't think we're going to see as many. Obviously, it's a very big game, and it's got like 70 million players or something like that. Sorry, 30 million players. It's Hearthstone that has 70 mil, but 30 million players, you're gonna stumble across a few with them. But no, I am kind of digging the emotes. I think those dance emotes would be nice to have them out because they're like a continuous loop as well. Has everyone just gone? Hello? Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yep.
Yeah, I can hear
my
you.
God. I thought it wasn't just me, but
What happened there?
I don't know. Was it just me who couldn't hear anything?
No, you all went blank.
I couldn't
Oh,
hear
yeah.
any of you.
Yeah.
How
was
weird. What was I saying now? Fuck.
Rarity of crates or rarity of legendary
Yeah, I'm
skins.
digging the whole dancing thing because the sort of switch up of that would be wicked.
That'd be cool. Imagine getting everyone in a team just to do like a dance number. That'd be awesome.
Exactly, and they're all completely
Original ones, aren't they?
not so much original. I mean repetitive. They completely repeat.
Yeah.
So like the sit-in, you're not having to click emote over and over and again. You can just kind of leave it to happen.
Cool.
And I think I kind of like those ones,
Yeah.
especially when you can sit in the bush and block
one,
them.
if you've seen that one yet.
Yes, he's got a good one as well. But
That's
hopefully I'll have a video out of that. If not, I've got too bored and have not bothered to put that video out. But no, I think it's wicked. I'm quite pumped to actually get playing the event and get into it and smash it out of the park. So I think we'll go do that in a minute. But I'd be interested to see what the new maps are as well. So we'll have to play some of those. But has anyone else got anything else to add here?
No, nothing to add.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, thank you very much for joining me, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, that's right.
And thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this podcast and you would like to see more, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring our bell, and tune in next time for more.
Check
Bye.
out Pete's pigeon dating.
Oh Christ, yes, go check out Hatoful Boyfriend, the first impressions of it. They came out Tuesday and Monday. Go back and watch me suffer.
I'm gonna go and
Please,
plumb
please make it
Don't
worth
let up, dude.
make
Look
it
at
worth
it,
my
please
time.
like it. I'm going
Make
to
it
dislike
worth
it
my
now.
time. Make it worth my time. Just get it some views
Dislike.
because
Dislike.
it was so painful to get through.
You're welcome, dude. And you gotta finish it.
Yes. Great. Thanks. Bye.
You'll be just screaming, "Notice me,
Bye.
senpai! Notice me!"
Fuck you. Just bye, Josh. Bye.
Bye.